Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've got to do a video. Haven't done a haul video in quite a while, but I have been on a couple of live streams with my good friend Rod, Dr. Silver Age, and we're doing our comic book memories streams. We weren't able to do it this Saturday because Rod was under the weather, but we really do appreciate everybody that's watched and got in on the chat and left all the great comments. So we really appreciate all you guys. So thank you. Uh, what I have in front of me right now, if a lot of you guys that have actually been in the Four Color Fossils chat, and a lot of the guys that follow mine and Rod's channels, you'll see this guy's name in a lot of the comments. So if you guys remember seeing the name Rob Brown in the chat in the comments, Rob, as it so happens, is also a pro comics artist. And he asked me a while back if I would kind of review this book. Now, I know I'm probably not going to be able to do it justice, but he sent me this a while back. It's probably been 2 or 3, 4 months, and I got to apologize to him because I'm just now getting around to it. But he sent me this, and he wanted to know if I'd show it on the channel and kind of review it. First thing, I'm not sure when Rob started. I'm thinking probably like late 80s, early 90s, but he did some work for Marvel Comics in the 90s, and I think I'll show some of those books in a next video. But from the conversations I've had with him, Rob is a huge horror fan of the classic horror and monster movies, and I guess this is like one of his dream projects. At least that's the impression I got. And I'm just going to kind of take you through it. This is a magazine size. It's got color on the cover, but it's all black and white on the inside, which I love the black and white horror stuff from the 60s and 70s. So I'm not going to be saying a whole lot. I'm going to just try to let the work speak for itself. First of all, I think this book came out in 2011. I think this is a second printing also. So I think the first printing, was probably in, this is on my drawing table, so it might be slipping a little bit. But yeah, this is on the inside of the front cover, and he signs it Rib, which is Robbie Brown, so it's kind of cool. He signs his name Rib. But that kind of lets you know his love for this book and for the horror genre. And there's an illustration. So, and here's just some of the dialogue within. And I think some of note down here, dedicated to Creighton Tull Chaney, which you guys will probably know him on his screen name as Lon Chaney, who played the Wolfman and also played in the Mummy movies and maybe a couple of Frankensteins. And I think he also played in stuff like The Quiet Man and where else have I heard that name besides the monster movies? The Defiant Ones, I think he was in that movie. So, great actor. And here's the credits by Rob. Okay. And I'm not going to read it or anything, but just kind of want you guys to take a look at the art. And I think a lot of this is based on, gypsies and Romanian legends. And Rob, I think he really did a whole lot of research as far as that goes, because there'll be like little notes on the bottom where it says a word or a phrase, and he'll kind of have it on the bottom what that word is or what it is in the language. But it's about gypsies and curses and wolfmen and monsters. And like I say, it's really, the art is really awesome and detailed and dense. A lot of dialogue, which I like that. It reminds me a lot of the 60s and 70s black and white horror mags. Yeah, it's just great stuff. Just some great artwork. I've read this probably 2 or 3 times, and then there's still stuff that I'll catch as I go through it again. This is just a great page. Now I can see, I don't really know what Rob's influences were. I can kind of see some stuff where I think, he might have got some some influence, but I'm not gonna assume anything on that part. It's just it looks really detailed. It's really great. And Rob did the story, pencils and inks. I think this probably did this work around 2008. It was published 2009. This is a second printing from 2011. Just some awesome artwork. And like I say, he really did his homework as far as info on the gypsies and that culture. Here's some more stuff down at the bottom. Yeah, if you're a fan of horror, and especially black and white art, which I am, uh, this is really enjoyable. So we'll just kind of go through again and look at some of these panels. And this is a great shot down here. This kind of reminds me of the Unmen that Bernie Wrightson drew in some of the Swamp Thing stories. If you guys remember the original run of that, Anton Arcane made all those little grotesque creatures, as done by Bernie Wrightson. But here's one of those guys. Some more gypsy stuff going on here. This is just, there's Wolfman in all his glory. Just some great detailed artwork. And I've had a few conversations with Rob, and I think at some point, Rod and Dr. Silverage, is going to try to get him on the comic book memories so he can maybe talk about his career, maybe some comic book collecting stuff. Yeah, I love this panel. But I'm saying that about a lot of these panels, so, just great stuff. And that panel does remind me of some Steve Ditko characters, I will admit, which is very cool. There we have the classic monster line on the table shot. Like I say, the story is really, really good, and you can tell you he researched the material really well. There's a great page. Just chock full of detail. And this is really reminiscent of a lot of the early monster movies and werewolf and Wolfman movies. And I think too, in some conversations I had with him, he said he was a big fan of Basil Gogos. You guys will know him as the cover artist that did like most of the Monsters of Filmland stuff. Did some covers for all the other Warren magazines like Creepy and Eerie, and I think he did some stuff for The Spirit. Rob would know more about that than me, but just some fantastic stuff. So, kind of an epilogue to the story. Like I say, it's a lot of great dialogue. And we're getting towards the end here. It's making me want to take some time and read it again. It's really cool. Like I say, it's dedicated to Lon Chaney. And I think that's all. There's a good shot on the back. Got Rob's signature. Like I said, I don't know if I did this justice, but I just thought it'd be really cool just to let it speak for itself. Just a great piece of work. And yeah, Bane of the Werewolf by Rob E. Brown. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed showing it. And I will see you next time. Onward and upward.